Practicing your story. No matter how you deliver your story, it's important to go over your story many times. If you are telling the story live or recording it, you want to practice saying the words out loud so that you sound confident and natural. If you're writing the story, you want to rewrite and edit the text so that your story is interesting and easy to understand. Most likely, you will tell your advocacy story live or recorded. So the next sections will cover advice for practicing and delivering your story out loud. Timing. When practicing your story, you should always time yourself with a watch or a phone. Sometimes you may think you only talked for 5 minutes, but actually you talked for 10. Global health events like conferences and meetings have strict schedules. If they ask you to talk for 10 minutes, you must stop after 10 minutes. You may want to develop 2 versions of your story. One short, 2 to 3 minutes, and one long, 10 to 15 minutes. Speed. You might want to rush through your story to keep it under 3 minutes. But you should never rush a story. If you are running out of time, you should remove some of the content. Then you can take your time and tell a strong story. Remember that it's much easier to understand people when they speak slowly. When telling your story, you should try to speak slower than your normal speed so your audience can understand you. Take your time and be sure to pronounce every word fully and correctly. When you say something especially important, you should pause afterward. Be silent for a moment. That silence will let your audience reflect on the important thing you said. Voice. You can also emphasize important things by using your voice. You can speak louder to show something is important. Be careful to do this only a couple of times during your story. You don't want to shout at your audience. If everything is loud, your audience will not know what the most important parts are. At the same time, you don't want to be too quiet. Always check in person or online that your audience can hear you clearly before you tell your story. Body. Your audience is not only listening to your story, they are also watching you tell it. Your body language plays an important role in good storytelling. Smile, even if you are nervous. When the audience smiles back, you will feel more welcome and confident. Make eye contact with individual audience members. If you're in a physical room, slowly look across the room, looking at individual faces as you go. This will deepen the connection between you and your audience and ensure they are paying attention to you. If you are standing at a physical event, stand up straight with your feet flat on the floor. Don't sway back and forth while you talk. Finally, be aware of how you gesture with your hands. You don't want to look like a statue with your hands stuck to your sides. But too many gestures can distract your audience. Try to gesture only when you are making a strong point in your story. Feedback. Have you ever watched a video of yourself? If so, you were probably very surprised. Some of us speak much louder or much quieter than we realized. Some of us speak too fast. It's hard for you to recognize these problems by yourself. That's why you need feedback. Recorded feedback. Use your phone to record yourself telling your story. When you listen to the recording, think about the issues above, especially your speed. Too fast? Too slow? Pause for emphasis. Your voice. Too loud or too quiet? And your body. Too stiff? Too distracting? Feedback from others. You should also ask a close friend or family member to watch you tell your story. Ask their general feedback first. Did they feel an emotional connection to the story? Then you can ask them about smaller details like your speed, voice, and body.